Hi, my name is Angie Le Mar and you're watching SMETV. Make sure you don't go anywhere else. Okay. I can see. No, I won't see. I started doing comedy long before I knew it was stand-up comedy. I think it started when growing up we had blackouts in the homes, and you'd be at home and all of a sudden the lights just black out, and I used to see that as a big chance for me to start performing, get the candles out and start pretending to be my mum or pretending to be my dad and making my brothers laugh. And my brother told me when I was very young, he goes, "You're going to be a stand-up comedian." And at the time I didn't know what stand-up comedy was. All I know is that I love hearing laughter, hearing that sound, hearing people's appreciation with a thought that I thought and they liked it. And so that's how I started. But then as I got older, I got into drama club when I was very young, Lucian Youth Drama Group, and the performance was always in me. And as I got older, I got into, went to stage school, Barbara Spates Stage School, did all the performances, Dick Shepherd Youth Club. We used to do all the clubs to get that confidence. And then one day I said, you know what, I think I can do this. I can do stand-up comedy. I'd seen Whoopi Goldberg, I'd seen The Americans, Bill Cosby, all those people that you'd see out there doing stand-up comedy. And then I started in a dance, really, when the intro was, "We have a girl who have two jokes on a move back." And I thought, oh, that's a bit, it's not very cute. But anyway, all I knew is that if I could stop people dancing, turn the light on and stop them from that moment of, when black people are like, you have to be very funny. And that was when Angie Le Mar was born. And that was when I became Britain's first black stand-up female comedian. And the rest is history. And it's always been the backbone of who I am. And going back to stand-up now, it's going to be interesting. Because it doesn't leave you, you know how to make people laugh. The thing about stand-up is you've got to know how to start recording and writing stand-up again. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. My best experience as a stand-up comedian was meeting Whoopi Goldberg, because Whoopi Goldberg was the woman that I looked to, because there was no one to look at over here to be inspired by. And someone like Whoopi Goldberg she is not Hollywood. She doesn't look like how you expect Hollywood to look. And for her to be where she is, you just know she has to be really funny. And I loved her edginess. I liked that she wanted to tackle subjects that nobody wanted to talk about, and that she made it very funny. So Whoopi Goldberg was somebody that I've always wanted to kind of like emulate and be in that category. And then when I used to research her, because I'm dyslexic, when I used to research and I found that Whoopi Goldberg was dyslexic, I then literally called up my friend and said, I'm dyslexic and so is Whoopi Goldberg. So me and Whoopi are dyslexic, and that's the great thing about me and Whoopi, we're dyslexic. And I owned it. And then I found out she was left-handed. Then I found out she was Scorpion. I was like, even more so. But when I got to meet her, it was amazing, because I was at BBC Radio London at the time, and she had a book out called Book. I mean, that's so Whoopi, isn't it? Just Book. And I contacted them and said, look, we'd like to interview her. But we pretended we were like the BBC TV, but it was BBC Radio. So I said the BBC, and we got a meeting with her. Now they gave us 10 minutes to meet Whoopi Goldberg, and we spoke for about 2.5 hours, and I filmed it as well. And I said to Whoopi, can we do a little sketch before we start filming? You walk in and I'm reading your book, and you go, Angie, and I go, oh my God, Whoopi, and then we both laugh and then do the interview. So her agent looked at me and went, how dare you? And I'm thinking, you get one chance in life. Hit it. And I did it. And Whoopi Goldberg, we laughed and we joked. Then I wrote a poem and I gave it to her, and I said, Whoopi, when I was growing up and I found out you were dyslexic, you kind of released me, because I told the whole world that we were both dyslexic, like it was just you and me. And she looked at me and she read the poem, and I was just saying, thank you for being who you are. And she held my hand and she went, thank you, doll. Thank you, doll. I'm thinking, so that was one of my greatest moments. As a judge on Time to Shine, I really enjoyed the experience, because when Mercy contacted me and said to me, look, could you stand in for, I think it was Yolanda was doing it at the time, and I said, oh, that would be great, because I love gospel music, and that was the first series. Then the second series, she said to me, come and join the show. And by then I'd become a Christian. I didn't become a Christian to get the gig, so you know what I mean? But it was one of those moments where you think it's nice to be a part of something that I was raised with. Gospel music is something that is my first choice in music. But I love gospel music and what it can do. And I know that many a times I've had to play that song to bring me back to who I am. So Time to Shine was a great experience, and seeing music come in and seeing that the young people could find a place where they could at least go and say, I don't want to sing music of the world, I want to sing gospel music, but I also want an X Factor type show, but I want it in the gospel world. So for Mercy Be to create that platform and to be a part of that has been a fantastic experience, and to see, you know, them, they build their career and get their CDs and get their studio and get out there performing live is a great experience to be a part of that. So the show that I'm going to be doing now is Angie Le Mar Stands Up. Again, it's an audience with Angie Le Mar and support from Lorraine Cater, gospel singer, queen of gospel music. And the two queens come together on this night. And you know, it's a really, when I'm thinking about the show now, I'm really excited about it, more so than I was at the beginning when the Marcia Dixon approached me and said, Angie, the Lord has spoken to me. It's time for you to do a show. And at the time I was thinking, I don't do stand-up anymore. I don't know if I want to do this again. But to be able to do stand-up in an arena that you're comfortable with is what stand-up is about. Because for me, I got so many stories I want to share. But I thought about it, and I started, as time is going by, I'm going back into growing up. I'm talking about life and experiences and being a Christian now as opposed to being a Christian then. And what my experience has been out of the church. 30 years I've been out of the church. So to come back into the church and actually find my best friend, who was my best friend when I was in church, back in the church, in the same church that I'm going to. There's so much to share. And I think the form stand-up is the strongest form for me to share, because I can't sing. I'll show you I can't sing. I can't sing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Can't see, I can't. So there's no reason for me to sing. So Lorraine is not going to give me the mic and say, Angie, a verse from you. And I go, answer. No, I'm going to do comedy because that's my gift. You know when they say stay in your lane? You can overtake sometime, but kind of go back to your lane. This is my lane. But I'd like to sing a little song before I go. I go to the rock of my salvation.